So let's take a look at that grid then. It's Adam Lockwood and Jason West in the two Nissan 200 SXs will start on the front row. And the second row is Andy McLaren and Mark Firth. Third row is Nick Holden and Jason Jesse. At the back of the field we have the two sports and saloon car races. They're both in the sports cars. Patrick Havill was actually quicker than all the Nippon Challenge cars in qualifying this morning. Here's an occasion Vauxhall, but the race is away then. On board with Jon Winter, a poor start there from the car in the hands of Jason Lanigan as we head down to the Hatchet's hairpin for the first time of asking. There goes Havill in that cage from Vauxhall. Late in the brakes is Jon Winter as he closes already in. He has to go around the outside of Gareth Newton as they head into the Hatchet's hairpin. Around the corner they go for the first time. He gets squeezed out there onto the curb, and there again goes Havill with that hugely speedy Cajun Vauxhall up on the inside of Newton. He went as a sideways Jon Winter round that corner, and now he turned through the left hand again onto the rear bumper of Gareth Newton. Now he's right behind Lanigan, looking up on the inside. We can't find a way through there as we turn into the Essence Centre for the first time then, and then through the right hand part of the S's. Really there's two different corners I would have said, but look back on board then with Gareth Newton. As we can see that Cajun Vauxhall getting his way through the field. He's just got past James Janicki in that Nissan Skyline. So Gareth Newton then leading his class, I think. It's just Dennis Flanagan in that Suzuki Swift is in the Super GT class. Gareth Newton running in the 150 class. Jon Winter running second in that, the Hyundai Coupe driver who we were just reported with. Anyway, down to the Hatchet's hairpin we go then to start the second lap. Look right in the mirror there, right behind him is Jon Winter. So down the gears into the Hatchet's hairpin we go then, through to the right hander, power on, and then we head through Spitfires and then down towards the left hander at Diviende Bend. Now Adam Shale we can ride on board with. Adam Shale is in the Hyundai Coupe, running in 17th position. He's sitting behind the car in the hands of John Walton in the other Hyundai Coupe. Great on boards we have here today. We have 4 of them. Adam Shale, as we have said now, we just saw the one of Gareth Newton. Before that we saw Jon Winter, and we still have the camera to show you of Jason West, who started up on the front row and battling for the Nippon Challenge race here. We expect though the Cajun Vauxhall to come through the field and beat all of them. And look, here is Jason West, just as we talk about him. Round the final corner he comes then, he's about to complete the second lap of the two Nissans. Going side by side now as they head down the start-finish line. Great exit that corner for West as he goes around the outside of Lockwood as we head down to the Hatchet's hairpin to the inside line for the race lead, or if he can send the lead, yes, Adam Lockwood still leads the way then as they now head down to Spitfires for, I think, the third time of asking. These two Nissans, the 200 SXs, battling away here sideways with the race leader through there, but holding on to it, and again drifting out wide for the first part of the S's. And now West getting a better run on and tries to come around the outside of Lockwood as we head through now the second part of the S's, using the curb there before we head down towards the Brookland hairpin. Not quite like the Hatchet's hairpin though, it has to be said. And then we can ride down the speedway straight through Woodlands and then down into the Honda curve, and we've had a change there. If we head now down towards Honda curve into second position has gone Patrick Havill already. A great first, I think it's only 3 laps we've had, isn't it? Yes, 3 laps has been completed and into the race lead. There goes Patrick Havill, so I think that'll be probably the last we see of him. But perhaps holding Lockwood down up under braking, and West tries to come around it outside. You can't do that hairpin though, so he has to stay behind Lockwood. Now the Cajun Vauxhall getting away. That car must be about 15 years old now or so. Great championship we saw from them in the mid part of the 1990s. Just running there wide over the curb for West as Lockwood starts to get away. Back on board with Gareth Newton now then, as he can see just up in front of him is Jason Lanigan battling with James Janicki for 8th overall and 7th in the Super GT car, 7th for the Nippon Challenge race. As we will head down the Honda curve now then. It's actually, in fact, a battle for 9th position over 8th in class. So we head now down towards. Now we've got a slow car here. We go down towards the last corner, Honda curve. It's a very slow Toyota MR2. Now I wonder if it was leaking fluid of some sort. What we have now on the window screen of the car of Gareth Newton. It was Nick Holden. Nick Holden in that Super GT Toyota MR2. We see that, well, we did have seen that out in the Super GT MR2 Championship run by the 750 Motor Club. Great organisation, 750 Motor Club is. Anyway, that MR2 in the pit lane now then. Well, we ride aboard with Adam Shale then. Once again, in this Honda Coupe. He's closed in with John Walton. And then just in front of him is the second of the invitation cars, the Sports and Saloon race. Andy Long in that Silver Phoenix, another car that we would perhaps see out in the 750 Motor Club Run Championships. This time for the what used to be called the kit cars, nowadays called the Sport Specials. I can't recall seeing Andy Long out there though. There are probably people who know better than me in that championship. Onto the start finish line then once again comes Jason West as he chases after Lockwood. Adam Lockwood still leading the Nippon Challenge part of this race. We go through the Hatchet hairpin. Jason West decided not to go for the deep line into that corner as we have seen him do on some occasions. So we now turn into the running through the first part of the S's then, using that extra piece of tarmac there is on the inside of that corner, and the Nissan power coming in. Gareth Newton into the Hatchet's hairpin then, still trying to find himself a way to get closer to now what is the 9th place car of G. Flanagan. Gareth Newton running in 10th. Well, up the order in 8th position is James Janicki in that Nissan Skyline. It's number 19 ahead of 96 and 24. That's 8th, 9th and 10th position then. Adam Shale onto the brakes then. Through Hatchet's hairpin he makes his way. Now that's still, and up through Patrick Havill in that Caterham Vauxhall is now into Lappery. Meanwhile, that battle of 14th now, almost going side by side. That's Andy Long and John Walton. And has Walton got through? I think he has. Yes, the Silver Phoenix, they're losing out. And now Havill lapses the Hyundai Coupe there. But now, as they go through their second part of the S's, down to 15th position is the Silver Phoenix. And that, of course, Andy Long at the wheel. Now Adam Shale trying to find his way up behind him. He runs all over the curb in there. Perhaps losing him a slight bit of momentum. And here comes the Silver Phoenix. More speed back on the inside of the Hyundai Coupe. And he's back through. Then Andy Long back into 14th ahead of John Walton. And they're still side by side. They head down the Honda curve because Walton trying to come back through once again. And he has! Back into 14th position then for the Hyundai. Great bit of racing there. The two cars kept swapping positions. Now battle over 8th position still. Janicki having that Suzuki Swift getting closer to him all the time. In 9th position then, Jason Flanagan chase after James Janicki. The two cars nose to tail as they head there out of the Brooklands hairpin. Now through the kink at Woodlands and then onto the brake for Honda curve. Final corner on this Pembrey race circuit. Possible plans going in for Pembrey to extend this track in Wales. Nothing's come out of it. That was about at the second half of last year, that news story, but nothing's come out of it as of yet. Jason West battle for the lead in the Nippon Challenge race, and again Lockwood gets it sideways. So's West. Great battle for the lead in this race. Using all that curb in there, then car gets a little bit sideways. Then onto the brake, running a bit wide, perhaps into the corner there for Lockwood, but he managed to pull away slightly from Jason West. So these two Nissans He's through the kink there then, at Woodlands and down the Honda curve. The final corner, this Pembrey circuit. Not too long left of this race now as we approach 2/3 distance now in the slipstream. Here is Jason West. She closes in to get down this straight. I wonder if slight more power for West. Right, we got back markers. Now this, I think, is this 14th, 15th, 16th scrap between Long, Walton and, or I should say between Walton, Long and Shale in that order, because that's Silver Phoenix still sitting in 15th. Now round the outside goes Lockwood. He drifts very wide, but very good drive in there from Adam Shale, just sticking to the inside and giving the leaders as much room as possible. So they've gone through. Now the Silver Phoenix up on the inside. Lockwood just about finds room, and it's actually a novice cross on the back there for Andy Long. So I don't think he would have raced in the Sympathy Motor Club Kit Car Championship or in fact his first ever motor race. This could well be begin the year. Getting a local driver probably to Pembrey. Jon Winter then. We haven't had too many on board from him. He's having a bit of a lonely race down in 12th position, second in class. A good drive from Jon Winter. His lap times, how much out of class leader Gareth Newton, well, about 8/10 of a second, but Gareth Newton certainly one of the best drivers on this field. Looking up though into the hatch, it's hairpin for the race leader in the Nippon Challenge, and slide out wide is Lockwood. It's West going to be able to find a way through. Not as yet as they turn now through that right-hander there at Spitfires, and then they turn through the long left-hander. The corner just was a bit of a double apex corner, really, isn't it? If you could call it all one corner, that first part of the S's, then they turn into the right-hander. The second part of the S's, Lockwood having to defend because West is right behind him now. Sideways, very sideways for Lockwood. That puts himself on the tighter line for Brooklands. The Brooklands happen. And even more sideways that time. And that's lost him loads of momentum. Lockwood's going to lose out of the lead here. Jason West to the lead in the Nippon Challenge part of this race. And has he got it as they turn through the kink there? He has. So, into the lead of the, second overall, but the lead in the Nippon Challenge race is Jason West. Lapping Gareth Newton there is that Caterham or Patrick Cavill. That Caterham Vauxhall. Great car, that is. Like I said, about 15 years old. And now he crosses the line to complete another lap. Less than 5 minutes to go in this race now. Gareth Newton having, well, you can't say it's a close race. It's really just been that gap to the Lanigan car. But he's a horse in a higher class. It's been a good drive once again from Gareth Newton. The race we covered at Brands Hatch about 4 weeks ago. Was it 3 or 4 weeks ago at the MSBR meeting? Gareth Newton won his race in that class. His class, I should say. I think he finished about 6th overall as well, if I remember. It was a very good drive from him there as well. Right, Adam Shale, he crosses the line then. And he gets lapped there by the flying Caterham of Patrick Cavill. They turn through the right-hander now then. You can just see that Caterham sprints away on the active corners. That, I'm going to guess, to engine in that Caterham Vauxhall. Not long to go in this race now though. We turn through the left-hander there, the first part of the S's. Now we have some replays to show you. Let's watch on board then with Jason West. This is on the front row then. Pretty even start, but then as they go through the gears, the car of Jason West draws himself as wheel to wheel with the race leader, but then Lockwood perhaps slightly late on the brakes. They turn them through the right, and Lockwood had that lead position. But of course, now West leads. After that sideways moment, if you remember. Right, a very smoky Subaru Impreza there. That is of Danny Precious, I think. A great start from him. Yes, it is Danny Precious. And this is of course on board with Gareth Newton. Look at the MR2 being squeezed up on the inside. Andy McLennan had a very poor start. Of course, we didn't even see him out in our our coverage at Brands Hatch because the car broke after the first race. That was another race. He didn't get a very good start in that first race. I was watching down the Cooper Straight. You could see all the cars go into Paddock Hill Bend. He had lost quite a few positions. So there goes Havill then. He made his way past Gareth Newton by about turn 3 on board with Adam Shale. You can just see the cage from shoot off and that Silver Phoenix. So Adam Shale not the better start, but late on the brake, getting back onto the tail of that Silver Phoenix. It is a more powerful car. And then they put their power on the Silver Phoenix up on the inside to get past John Walton. Well, they run side by side. Right, Jason West in a bit of lappery now. I think we've got about 1 to go at the end of this. Perhaps being slightly held up, ever so slightly though, from Karen Phillips there. Who won the other impressive big sideways moment though for West out through the Honda curve. They will go on to their last lap now, and Adam Lockwood takes the race lead. So Lockwood now leads the way as they head down towards the Hatchet's hairpin for the final time of asking. But Lockwood goes in too deep and West comes up alongside him, does he? Lockwood sideways once again. But Lockwood managed to stay in the race lead. West right on his tail now and in a bit sideways. He's trying ever so hard to take the race lead again because I think this is the last lap of the race. Yes, we've got confirmation now in the commentary box here. This is the last lap. Smoking away to our race leaders. We go for the first part of the S. It's down to the second part. Both cars sideways on the exit again. Round the outside attempts West. He can't do that though. Patrick Havill's crossed the line to take victory in his Cajun Fox overall. But this is the battle for the Nippon Challenge race then. The two of them head through the right-hander there. The Brooklands hairpin. And now they head down towards that kink at the kink at Woodlands, and defending was Lockwood, but he can't do anything there. Final corner of the race, the Honda curve. Lockwood has the advantage here as we turn through the right-hander. Bit sideways, Lockwood defends the line up the corner, and the more powerful car West draws alongside it side by side as they cross the checkered flag. But it was just Adam Lockwood that won by 1/100th of a second. So Patrick Havill took the race victory overall then in that Cajun Vauxhall, but in second was Lockwood. He won the Nippon Challenge part of the race, and second was Jason West, just 1/100th of a second between the two cars. Fourth went to Jason Jesse. He was third in the Nippon Challenge part of the race. The 150 class was 1/10th overall for Gareth Newton. He won that by over 20 seconds to Jon Winter. Third in the class was the MR2 of Tim Hartland. The only car that didn't finish was Nick Holden in his MR2. We have a bit of coverage from the second race now. See Lanigan there passing Gareth Newton, but hit through the Woodlands curve, and it was a lose there, spinning out for Lanigan.